The world is watching the border between Russia and the countries of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO. For years, there was cautious cooperation, but that time has passed. Today, the relationship is filled with deep mistrust and growing tension. Military forces are building up on both sides, and political leaders are using strong words. This standoff is not a sudden crisis. It's the result of years of changing politics, military actions, and broken promises. Conflicts in Georgia, the annexation of Crimea, and the large-scale invasion of Ukraine have reshaped the security map of Europe. NATO has responded by strengthening its military presence in Eastern Europe, a move Russia sees as a direct threat. This cycle of action and reaction has created a dangerous situation, where a small miscalculation could lead to a much larger conflict. How close are we to a direct conflict between Russia and NATO? This is not just an academic question. The answer has real-world consequences for millions. A conflict would not be limited to soldiers. It would affect economies, energy supplies, daily lives across Europe and beyond. The stakes are incredibly high. We need a clear, neutral understanding. This is not about choosing a side. It's about the dynamics driving these two powers toward collision. We'll use a timeline method. Start with recent events, then move back. Show cause and effect between actions. We'll look at military movements, political decisions, economic pressures. As Russian President Vladimir Putin has stated, Russia feels it has nowhere further to retreat to. On the other side, NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg has affirmed that the alliance's core task is to keep our 32 nations safe. These opposing views are central to the problem. Our analysis aims to forecast near-term possibilities. Understanding motivations and capabilities lets us map scenarios: continued standoff, rapid escalation crisis, negotiated de-escalation. For each scenario, potential triggers. For each scenario, likely consequences. The goal is clarity. A fact-based account beats heated rhetoric and misinformation. We'll use plain language to explain terms like deterrence and escalation. Break the issue into understandable parts so viewers can judge for themselves. The path ahead is uncertain. Clarity is our best guide. Table of contents, recent history, and key events. Section 1. Annexation of Crimea, 2014. Section 1. War in Donbass. Section 2. NATO's response. Section 2. Eastern flank buildup. Section 3. Breakdown of arms control treaties. Section 4. Full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Section 4. NATO's new reality. A major turning point in Russia-NATO relations happened in 2014. In February, Ukraine's pro-Russian government was overthrown in the Maidan Revolution. Russia responded swiftly. Unmarked soldiers, the Little Green Men, appeared in Crimea. After a disputed referendum, Russia formally annexed the peninsula, a move widely condemned as a violation of international law. Almost immediately, conflict erupted in eastern Ukraine's Donbass region. Pro-Russian separatists, backed by Moscow, declared independent republics, leading to heavy fighting with the Ukrainian army. These events shattered the post-Cold War security order, and the trust between Russia and the West was broken. In the wake of Russia's actions in Ukraine, NATO faced an urgent challenge. Eastern European members bordering Russia feared they could be next. The alliance's response was swift, focusing on deterrence to prove its commitment to collective defense. At the 2014 Wales Summit, NATO established a readiness action plan, increasing its military presence on the eastern flank. The most visible step was deploying 4 multinational battle groups to Poland and the Baltic states. These forces act as a tripwire. An attack on them would trigger a response from the entire alliance. Russia viewed this as a threat, creating a classic security dilemma that steadily increased tensions. Section 3. The breakdown of arms control treaties. For decades, arms control treaties helped manage the rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union. These agreements placed limits on weapons, created channels for communication, and built trust. However, in the last decade, this framework has fallen apart. The Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces, or INF Treaty, banned missiles that could strike European cities with little warning. Citing Russian violations, the US withdrew in 2019 and Russia followed. The Open Skies Treaty, which allowed surveillance flights to ensure transparency, also collapsed after the US withdrew in 2020, again citing Russian non-compliance. This breakdown of communication and verification has made the current military standoff far more volatile and prone to escalation. The full-scale invasion of Ukraine and NATO's new reality. On February 24, 2022, Russia launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine, the largest conventional attack in Europe since World War II. The brutality brought war to NATO's doorstep. The alliance condemned the invasion but avoided direct conflict, focusing on two efforts: massively increasing its military presence on the eastern flank with new battle groups and providing unprecedented support to Ukraine. The invasion drove Finland and Sweden to join NATO, a strategic setback for Moscow that doubled the length of its border with the alliance.